Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Nas passes proverbial rap god torch to Conway the Machine. Conway the Machine repeatedly showed his admiration and respect for hip hop's forefathers, and now the love is coming right back to him. During a recent episode of the Drink Champs podcast with Nori and DJ EFN or FN, the Griselda MC hopped on a FaceTime call with Nas, who promptly gave him his flowers. Conway took the moment to Instagram and captioned a clip of their exchange with, "I'm the one new nigga that the OGs feel comfortable passing the torch to, me. Salute King at Nas, trust me, I heard you loud and clear. General, shout out my dog at the real Noriega." While speaking with T.I. for his Expeditiously podcast in April, Conway and fellow Griselda member Benny the Butcher talked about the importance of getting recognized by their predecessors. "Raekwon's like a Jordan poster dude for me," Conway said. "Any of the Wu-Tang Clan, any of the OGs who laid the cement down, that's the ish that mean the most to me. I appreciate the support from the fans and the people, but I'm really trying to impress the people I grew up inspired by. I want people like that saying, 'You killed that ish.' I can really believe it because I know this is a master craftsman himself telling me that. So I know it ain't no cap. It mean a lot when a dude like Raekwon throw his arms around the homies and hold us down. That's next level to me." Tip also brought up Nas and Benny was equally as enthusiastic about being able to be in the same room with one of his heroes. "It's crazy. I just met that dude the other day," he said. "Kicked it with him. I was kicking it with Swish and was like, introduced me to Esco. He talked about how he effed with the music. He came and did a show and shouted us out on stage. He effed with Green Lantern, and Green like our DJ too. We got a mutual relationship with him. Nas was just telling us he aware. He effs with what we do. It's a breath of fresh air. He loved to work. I just let him know how he inspired me. It's crazy to meet that dude." Conway released his debut solo album From King to a God in September, which peaked at number 126 on the Billboard 200. The 14-track project featured contributions from Armani Caesar, Benny the Butcher, El Camino, Freddie Gibbs, Havoc, Lloyd Banks, Method Man, and West Side Gun, among others. Yeah, you guys have to listen to that CD from King to a God, man. I've been jamming it all day. I've been jamming Benny, him, and West Side Gun album. And to me, Conway is to me the most lyrical out of all three. To me, Benny the Butcher, to me is more of the superstar guy, the it factor guy. West Side to me is more of the hook guy, more of the ad lib guy, the voice. Like his voice to me is very unique and it's standoutish, in a lot of stuff they do. Now I think this is Conway speaking on Drink Champs.
What's up, brother? Conway right here, baby. Love you, King. You know the vibe. Thank you. Thank you, King. Love, General. I'm following your lead, King.
That was Nori FaceTiming with Conway with Nas, and Nas was just telling them what I read earlier to you guys. And here's I think
No, I'm sure you can attest to this. Like when you doing
this is them speaking a little bit on T.I.
shit
show.
going on, no matter what it is, music or whatever. It's like you never know, like what a motherfucker got going on behind the scenes.
Yes, indeed, man. Welcome to Expeditiously, man. This is your host, Tip T.I. Harris. And, man, this is going to be a very...
Well, this is a long show. It's like 54 minutes. If you have a chance, go check it out. But the CD is a masterpiece to me. I love it. From King to a God. Benny the Butcher CD go hard too. So it's hard for me to pick between the two which one's the hardest. I'm a lyrical guy. I'm an MC guy. I mess with Conway's album more. I liked especially how he came in on the song with Dage Loaf. He killed that song. I like the song with him and Method Man. That's great. And then the one with Freddie Gibbs, I gotta listen to Freddie Gibbs stuff. Like I said, I barely have time, and I'm just learning about a lot of these artists because there's other guys on YouTube I listen to like Carcino, Ticket, and all these other YouTube content creators who are giving us the culture. And I think they're really bringing the culture back. Hip hop to me was dead, especially when Nas put out there that, man, yo, hip hop's dead. It is what it is. You got to deal with it. But to me and everything, Conway is the most lyrical out of all of them. Benny to me is the it guy. Is basically like he basically can get on any track, and he's no slouch with the bars either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Benny is a monster. All three of them are good to me. This is probably the best group we've heard since G Unit. As a complete group, this is the best group we've heard since G Unit, and it's a fact. The presence that they have, how they step in the booth, all three of them are killing it. And then the song with Lloyd Banks, if you guys have a chance, go listen to that song on From King to a God. Him and Conway murdered it. Banks sounded good. It's just that Banks to me is, he's not a guy who's a workaholic to me. To me, he'll drop something when he's ready to. I know MCs like that. I'm like that when I was writing and doing my music. So I understand where Banks is coming from. But Conway, man, is a monster. Like I feel like this was great. He got the torch passed to him. I feel he is the most lyrical or one of them. But he's one of the most lyrical guys that's out there and doing it. And his bars, his delivery, his style is unique. All three of them have their own style. And that's what I respect. All three of them can stand alone as well as be in the group. And we haven't seen a lot of guys do that. I think the last groups to do that who stood out consistently, I know G Unit had Banks go for 3 or 4 mil or 2 mil he sold, and Buck went for 1 mil, and Yayo sold. But I'm talking about individually where they didn't need, a guy on their song to carry them. All three of these guys are the best since, I think, Wu-Tang. I think we can make that case. They're the best since Wu-Tang Clan. Seriously, I think they are. I think they're the best since Wu-Tang as far as individuals standalone and having the presence to be by themselves where they don't need that other person to carry them. Like Banks is great lyrically, as he was. He needed 50 more to me than 50 needed him. The same on Buck. Buck to me could stand alone and do his own thing. It's just that Buck let drugs and then the tranny situation get him off track. And Yayo is the hype man, so he really wasn't that strong. Game could have been that guy, but he let people like Jimmy Henchman feed him wrong information that torpedoed his whole career. So I just look at it like this. It's like, look, he deserves it. Nas to me is the second greatest of all time behind LL Cool J. I still got LL1 and I got Nas number 2. Nas, his last album he did, King Disease and the Lost Tapes 2, go check those out. Those are great albums. Those are not getting enough marketing as they should. Nas still shows you, even at an older age, he's more sharper, more lyrical than a lot of his predecessors and those on his level and those younger than him. But congrats to Conway, man, for being able to talk to one of his favorite MCs, if not his favorite. Just like Benny the Butcher said, Raekwon giving him the love. Raekwon is like Michael Jordan on his wall of MCs. And I agree, Raekwon was nice. Um, and I respect both of them. I just think Conway is one. Then I got Benny, and then to me, West Side is more of an ad lib guy, more of a hook guy, voice. He'll come in and give you a good 6 bars or 8 bars or of a hook or spitting, and you're good with that. But shout out to Conway. Keep on supporting the Griselda movement. If you guys are out there, go listen to the Griselda albums, man. They're killing it. All three of these guys. I don't know the songs by heart. I'm still listening, but I don't have the track list in front of me, but just off dome, all three of these albums go hard. I've been listening to them at work, on the truck. I sit back, my battery about to drain because it's some great music. And if you grew up in the 90s or the early 2000s, that was when lyrics were prevalent. That's when people cared about it. Now it's just all about hooks and beats and no real substance anymore. And he has substance. All three of them have substance, and it's a breath of fresh air. Thank you for listening. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you want to donate to the page, you can cash at me at the word welcome, the number 2, and an HDIITV. Thank you for listening, and we are out. La boy.